Hello Twin Lakes Academy Wildcats, Miss Tron here. I'm ready to talk to you about pattern. Pattern is a very important concept. It is in the visual arts, in music, in math, in science, in dance, and in many other areas. So for the rest of this video, we're going to be talking about pattern.
Patterns can be made with a repetition of lines, shapes, and designs. Okay, now that we have the definition, let's dig in deeper with the concept of pattern. There are many patterns that can be seen in nature. What lines and shapes will you see repeated in the next photos? I wonder if I could take this repeated leaf pattern and draw it observationally. If you would like to look at something like a flower or a leaf or a pattern in nature, try to follow the rules of observational drawing. 1, find something interesting to draw that has a pattern. Maybe even some of the pictures you saw earlier in the show. Look for lines and shapes you recognize. Draw big, not small. Look, draw, add details, shading, color, texture, etc. When I looked at the photograph of the leaves, I noticed that the leaves were kind of a lemon or a football shape, and I replicated them over and over again in a radial type pattern. I also was using some light and middle and dark values to make the leaves look a little bit more realistic. Although I was drawing something realistic, this drawing does not look exactly like the photograph. It maybe could be considered abstracted realism. The background behind the leaves are blue. I was going for a cool color scheme, green, blue, purple. I also decided to go back in with a little bit of paint after I was using the colored pencil. One thing you can do this week is an assemblage focusing on pattern. Now, before you make your assemblage, I suggest going around your house and finding some items that you have a lot of. We had a lot of chopsticks, we had a lot of coins, and we also had a lot of paper. I'm going to use the paper to cut a bunch of snowflakes out of it. As you can see in this video, I'm making a pattern with silver, black, and tan chopsticks. I'm also making a pattern that incorporates quarters and pennies to make some little flowers. I'm also cutting a little shape out of paper over and over again to add to my pattern. So you can see, overall, this is looking pretty interesting. If you want to add paper to your assemblage, one method is to fold a paper in half and then in half again to cut some shapes out, and then do this a bunch of times with other pieces of paper so you have a bunch of papers that you can use to make your pattern. Your last option this week is going to be to do a pizza pattern guided drawing. It's super duper fun and it's good for all ages. You will be able to find the link to the YouTube video in the assignment for this week. So just like previous weeks, you have 3 options for completing your pattern assignment. Your first option is to do an observational drawing focusing on pattern. Maybe you could look outside and find something to draw that has a pattern. Maybe you want to look at a photograph Maybe you want to look at something inside your house that has a pattern. Your second option is to do an assemblage. Focusing on pattern, remember an assemblage is a found object sculpture. Your third option is to do the pizza guided drawing. The link for the pizza guided drawing will be in my assignments. Also remember the pizza guided drawing is a little bit long. You really only have to watch part of it to get the gist of how to do it. Finally, if you would like feedback on your work, please email it to me at the email address listed in assignments. I have found that's the easiest way for me to get back with kids in a timely manner about their work. So if you want feedback on your work, please email me. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this video about pattern. I hope you learned a lot and I miss you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
For more videos on guided drawing, crafting, the elements of art, and the principles of design, please watch my YouTube channel, Art with Miss Tron. Thanks for tuning in.